I think it's very easy to get into a rut where you feel like nothing is going your way, and no matter what, you can't turn it around, when in reality, it's like 3 days. It's literally going to be 3 or 4 days. It's not the end of the world. And if you are doing the other things better than you ever have in the past, you're actually still making progress. It just isn't the progress that you want.
When you're sick, when you're down, throw it in coast mode. Coast mode is still going. You're still making progress. You're still headed in the right direction. You're still doing your golden glass ball, your silver glass ball, and maybe a couple of your bronze one. But you're not trying to change the world. You're trying to get well. Trying to change your world. Get well first. Take care of the juggler. Number 2, don't forget about your golden glass balls. Never drop those. And if you have to, make sure you don't drop the golden one.
Next Level Nation, welcome back to another episode of Next Level University, where we help you level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. Today, this is how Jeffed I am. I didn't even name the episode yet. Today, for episode number 1941, I'm gonna freestyle the name right now. Don't let a minute wreck your month. Can you remember that?
Nice. Don't let a minute wreck your month. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna name it after. Don't let a minute wreck your month. So I'm under the weather and somehow worse than I was yesterday. This is the thing too, though. I love podcasting. So as much as I feel like shit and I feel terrible, I'm excited to be here. I am. I love podcasting. You can tell. But I had a moment where I woke up this morning, and today, as of recording this episode, it's the 7th of January. So I've been sick for the 6th and the 7th. And it would be very easy for me to fall into the trap of assuming and emotionalizing the fact that I'm not at the gym. I went to the gym yesterday, but I didn't go today. I'm not making progress towards my physical goals. I'm eating kind of like crap, because anytime I get sick or I get injured, I just hammer calories. Because it always seems to help me. I don't know if there's any science behind that, but
there is. 100%.
Okay, cool. Then I'm on to something. I've been on to something for a long time.
Preferably calories with nutrients, micronutrients.
Well,
but
I did have Taco Bell yesterday, as I told you. I had a $25 Taco Bell gift card. I was like, look, I'm getting Taco Bell. Very rarely do I get to lie in bed on a Monday. That is an extremely rare thing. So Alan and I recorded, and we finished at 3, and I laid in bed. I took NyQuil, and I passed out. But it would be really easy for me to fall into the trap of, I set these goals. I'm not making any momentum. I'm not making any progress. I'm down. Everything is going to crap. And I think it's really easy to just relegate those goals, for lack of better phrasing. And I think that's why emotion is such a dangerous thing when it comes to stuff like this. So, okay, let's say this. This illness that I'm dealing with, let's say it takes 3 days to recover. That is 3 out of 365 days. What percentage is that? That's like 1/3%, right? No, 3.
I was looking up relegate. I didn't know if we were using... I use that word too. I want to make sure I use it right. You did. Consign or dismiss to an inferior rank or position. Cool. Relegate, meaning, you used it right. Nice.
What percentage? 3 out of 365?
It's
1%?
It's less than that. 0.75, 0.77 or something.
So, okay, so let's just say less than 1%.
Let me do it.
Of my year will be jeffed because of these 3 days. But it would be really easy to fall off track.
0.82%.
0.82%. Not a lot.
I was close.
0.82%. Not a lot. Not a big number. So that's one thought. The other thought is, we've talked about this a lot, but clarity is such a privilege. Because although I am living in bed, so I got out of bed to record this. After we record this, I'm going right back into bed. And then we have group coaching tonight. So I want to make sure I'm rested for group coaching. Shout out to Group 17. But I woke up, I batched my WhatsApp, I made sure everything was good, and then I was able to R&R. So we have something called, it started off as the glass balls, and then it was the golden glass balls, because Alan always likes to take things up. Yeah, you can do
it. I don't know. Have I done it on the podcast yet?
I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about, what you're going to say.
I've said this to the team. I've said this to many, many clients. I think it's one of the best metaphors. I didn't come up with it. It's been curated. Whatever. It's one of the best metaphors, I think. Super useful. It helps me not lose my mind. All right, so it starts out where we're all jugglers. So you, listener or viewer, Kevin and myself, we are all jugglers. Okay, step one. Yeah,
Juggling.
there you go. Kevin's doing it on YouTube.
Yes.
He's juggling.
Yep, juggling.
You know how to juggle?
Yes. Not well.
I do okay. So we're all jugglers. And the first principle, don't forget about the juggler. If the juggler goes down, all the balls fall. Everybody's fucked. Pardon my French. Everybody's effed. That's number one. Number two, you're juggling 12 balls. I don't know why it's 12. I just picked 12. Okay, 12. Sure. 12 balls. 9 of those bad boys are rubber. The rubber balls bounce. You can drop them, pick them back up later. Not a big deal. They don't break. They're there. It's all good. 3 of those bad Larrys are glass. And if you drop those bad Larrys, they shatter. Makes a mess. Pets step on it. Kids, blood, terrible. Can't do it. Don't drop the glass balls.
Why are we going so dark there?
Because you don't drop the glass balls.
Okay, don't drop the glass balls. Your pets will be rolling in them, and it's bad. Bad news.
I'm definitely an overprotective pet dad.
Same.
The closet was open earlier, and I saw this accident waiting to happen where the cats were in the closets, and there's light bulbs that are ready to fall and smash. Okay, so that's what made me think of that. Juggler, don't forget about the juggler. Boom, awesome. 12 balls, 9 of them are rubber, 3 of them are glass. Awesome. So first principle, don't forget about the juggler. Take care of yourself like someone you love. Don't take it too far, but take care of yourself like someone you love. Number 2, don't drop the glass balls. Okay, it goes farther. Of the 3 glass balls, one of those bad Larrys is gold, the other one's silver, the last one's bronze. Yesterday, full Monday, back-to-backs from 11 to 7. Yes. One of my clients canceled. There was a spot open. One of my other clients took it. When I saw the opening, I went, ooh, good. Okay, onboarding group coaching, nice. And I went, and then one of my clients booked same day. And I said, group coaching is, so I do coaching, training, speaking. So my golden glass ball is one-on-one coaching. My silver glass ball is training, which is group coaching, monthly meetups, book club, anything 1 to several. And then my bronze glass ball, is podcasting. If you have to drop a glass ball, make sure you drop the bronze one and pick up a golden one. And that's what I did yesterday. The bronze one would be onboard group coaching early, make sure all that gets done. The golden glass ball is take care of my one-on-one client. And that's just prioritization in a nutshell. It's a really cool metaphor. And so if you're going to drop a glass ball, do not drop the golden glass ball. That is the metaphor. Number 1, don't forget about the juggler. Take care of the juggler like someone you love. Number 2, don't drop the glass balls. Number 3, if for whatever reason you have to drop a glass ball, do not ever drop the golden one. And on the NLU team, we have it oriented where each of us have our golden glass ball, and we have permission in advance to kind of suck at anything that isn't one of our 3 glass balls.
I had another realization.
I said balls 8,000 times on that. I'm sorry.
Glass. You said a lot of balls. Well, a lot of glass balls.
Bad Larry several times.
You said bad Larry many times. I've also realized that I don't like being taken care of. I'm not a fan of being taken care of. I don't know why. I don't know where that comes from.
It's Tig.
You want to psychoanalyze me? I don't know. I like to be self-sufficient. I feel like I'm just taking advantage of a condition if I ask for stuff I wouldn't normally ask for. I don't know.
I feel the same way. Whenever I'm sick, Emilia takes me really good care of me, and I feel very... Yeah, there's a self-reliance thing. I think it comes from, for me anyways, when other people would give to me, it wouldn't always be... Sometimes it would be with the desire to, control me on some level, and or like sort of horse trading, so to speak. It's transactional. It's not unconditional giving. It's conditional. That's the best way to put it. So sometimes it's hard to receive because you are afraid of the conditions that come with said receiving. And so someone gives you a gift, but they expect a thank you card, or that kind of stuff bothers me. It really does.
Understandable. I think for me, it's because I am just so used to just taking care of myself. I remember, so Alan and I grew up in the same town, and there was a place called the Puddle, the town park. And it was right up the street from where I used to live. And we would go up there and we would play hockey. There was two ponds. There was a pond down near the parking lot, and then if you go through the woods, there was another pond. And everybody near the parking lot on that pond, you'd shovel it off. The house that lived right next to it would bring out light sometimes. You'd flood it, and you'd make a rink, and it was awesome. It was the best. I used to play a lot of hockey up there. It was awesome. One time, I was playing goalie, and my skate got caught, and I fell, and I thought I broke my ankle. I was like, there's no way my ankle is not broken. Based on it, number one, it doesn't bend that way, and number two, it hurts absolutely terribly. So I went, I went home, and I told my mom, I was like, I don't know, I think I might have broke my ankle. I didn't have health insurance, so it's like, well, whatever. You're gonna have to figure this out on your own. So I was dating someone at the time, and I was talking to them, and they were planning on coming over that night, and I said, I just need you to bring me like a bunch of snacks. I gotta heal up. This is the way I'm wired.
Hello, NLU listener. Thank you, as always, for listening to Next Level University. Real quick, I just want to jump in and let you know about the Next Level Dreamliner. This is a journal that I use every single day. Achieve your dreams 90 days at a time. It breaks down your dreams into goals, milestones, and daily habits. We hope you enjoy it. The link will be in the show notes.
So she brought me a bunch of snacks, and I was like, all right, cool, on my way to healing. A couple days later, I went back to work. I've told you this story before. And this was the job, this was the weatherization job. And
He's over here dragging his ankle.
I swear to you, I was walking down the hallway dragging what I thought was my broken ankle behind me. And when I would climb up the ladder, I would literally like hop up with 1 foot at a time. And I was so nervous that my boss was going to be there that day, because I was like, if he's there, he's gonna be like, Kev, you can't work. You're holding everybody back. But luckily he wasn't.
What was your concern to that? Just less money because you couldn't get the hours, or?
I tried to never say no to work. Yeah,
Why?
I tried to, because if I'm not working, there's no sick time, there's no paid time off, there's no vacation time. If you don't work, you don't get paid.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's what I asked.
You're
worried about not being paid. Yeah.
Yeah. And
yeah. Well, now I know where your work ethic developed.
That's a piece of it. And if you're making $60 an hour, if you miss a day, 6 times 8 is 40, you're losing $500.
Yeah.
I'll suck it up for $500.
You could grab crutches, man.
You
couldn't, because then they would
they'd know.
ask you not to work. Yeah.
I remember I had
like
so
the Walking
many
Dead down the
pretty
hall.
much. I had so many like wrist braces and ankle braces because anytime I injured myself, I would just throw it on under the boot and go to work and hope for the best. So that's another interesting piece of it. There's something about being under the weather that puts so much into perspective. We take so much, and again, when I say we, I'm talking about me. I take so much for granted.
Oh yeah, we all do, man.
So much. It's so easy to take it for granted. But that none of that is the point of this episode. My thought on this episode was, I think it's very easy to get into a rut where you feel like nothing is going your way, and no matter what, you can't turn it around, when in reality, it's like 3 days. It's literally going to be 3 or 4 days. It's not the end of the world. And if you are doing the other things better than you ever have in the past, you're actually still making progress. It just isn't the progress that you want. I could be tracking my macros and tracking my calories, and I could still make fitness progress if I wanted. I'm not, because it doesn't matter that much to me right now. But I told Alan this. I was lying in bed yesterday, and we got a new client. I saw it come through. Cool. It's going to be like a potential like $10,000 a year client. And I told Taryn, and she said, finally, you finally got a client when you were lying in bed doing nothing. And I said, right? That's what I thought entrepreneurship was. Finally, it only took me 8 years.
8 years.
When I woke up this morning, I made sure to connect with that client, make sure everything's good, schedule a call, cool, make sure WhatsApp is as good as it can be, cool, make sure nobody needs anything from me, awesome, tell the team I'm under the weather, reschedule this. It was very much, let me make sure that although I'm not going to be able to make the amount of progress I want, let me do what I can to make sure I'm making some progress, and let me make sure I'm setting myself up to make progress over the next couple days. And I just think it's a hard thing to juggle, because you feel like you're, especially at the beginning of the year, this is why New Year's resolutions are so challenging. Because imagine if I had a New Year's resolution of, I'm going to go to the gym 30 times this month, I would be jeffed. And I would say, well, this isn't going to work. I'm the worst.
And then you'd can it.
And then I can it. So instead of going to the gym 27 times.
Better luck next year.
Yeah, I'll remember this next year. So yeah, that's why I thought this episode would be timely based on what I'm dealing with.
Well, your glass balls are Next Level Podcast Solutions, Next Level University Podcast, and Podcast Growth University Podcast.
Yes, sir.
So Kevin, down and out, for lack of better phrasing, on his way back to well-being, as we would say, just needs to make sure that he makes progress in those 3 areas.
Yeah.
And everything else can go into coast mode.
Well, I'm here. I mean, this
Next
was
Level
one
University,
of the
baby.
This was one of the things that couldn't get rescheduled.
Yeah,
Right? It's non-negotiable. Group coaching tonight, like that's something that can't get rescheduled. I'll be there for that. So other stuff, I had a call with someone today. This was fun. He's a doctor. So I emailed him and said, hey, his name's Julius. I said, hey, Julius, I'm really looking forward to connecting. Unfortunately, I think I have the flu. Are you able to reschedule for the same time Friday? And he said, oh, Kev, I'm so sorry to hear that. Water. Make sure you get enough rest. Make sure you get enough sleep. Get enough nutrients, doctor's orders. And yes, we can connect on Friday. So that was fun. I appreciated the fact that he understood that.
Nice, of course.
All right, what's your lesson here in this
We've
episode?
got 7 minutes here, and I know
jumping all over the place.
My lesson, number 1, is just that metaphor. Don't forget about the juggler, because if the juggler goes down, it all goes down. So you got to take care of the juggler. You probably shouldn't be hobbling on your ankle up ladders.
Look, I'm not going to tell anybody else how to live their life. Some of those things
I'm
serve
just
me.
saying, it's not optimal. If you rested your ankle, you'd be back to work in full swing. So I got sick 2 times in the last 9 years. I'm very, very grateful. I've taken very good care of, I can't speak. I've taken very good care of my health after my car accident at 26. I wasn't taking my health seriously. I was drinking too much and too often. I wasn't going to the gym. I was really disappointed. I wasn't reaching my potential. A lot of people have heard that story. And seriously, my goodness. And after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not wasting another day. I want to reach my potential. I want to self-improve every single day. And I did. I went on a fitness spree, a self-improvement spree. And it was like one of those movie montages, but like way more boring, basically, and way longer. It's like after the guy gets broken up with the girl and sulks for a few weeks on the couch, and then he's just like on the treadmill. You see him starting a new thing and all that stuff. It was like that, but for an extended period of time and way more boring. And so for the last 9 years, I've only gotten sick 2 times, both times in 2024, which was a very challenging year. And I think it's because of burnout, for sure. But I was telling Kev, the moment that I start to feel... I was on a coaching session with my man, Cole, and the first thing he said to me, man, it sounds like you're getting sick. I was like, ooh, no siree, son. Pop NyQuil that night, 92 sleep score, back at it, baby. No, but I try to, any sign, I immediately try to go into Bubble Boy mode. There was a movie way back in the day. You remember Bubble Boy?
I do.
Yeah. And I try to go into Bubble Boy mode to really, you go to the minimums. That's really what it is. You go to coast mode. The Tesla Emilian I have, it has sport mode, which hammers, and it's too much. Honestly, it's too much. And then coast mode. And I only use sport mode coming out of the 146 gym because it's a highway that you need to hammer, otherwise you're going to get hit. And it's in coast mode most of the time. So when you're sick, when you're down, throw it in coast mode. Coast mode is still going. You're still making progress. You're still headed in the right direction. You're still doing your golden glass ball, your silver glass ball, and maybe a couple of your bronze ones. But you're not trying to change the world. You're trying to get well.
Trying to change your world.
Trying to change your world. Get well first. Take care of the juggler. Number 2, don't forget about your golden glass balls. Never drop those. And if you have to, if you really have to, make sure you don't drop the golden one. That's my takeaway. That's
the golden goose.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that's a fire metaphor, man.
I'm having a lot of trouble regulating my temperature right now. I'm like super hot and super cold.
Out, man.
Now I'm sweating profusely.
We have a new electric blanket, and it was on 5 last night. That thing, I woke up sweating. I got a terrible score. I got 64 or something.
Oh, that's rough.
It wasn't great. But one last thing. For everyone out there, if anyone does, because this is what I do with coaching, is every quarter we figure out what your glass balls are. Priority 1, priority 2, priority 3. AKA, we all do a lot of shit. We all wear a lot of hats. We're all busy adults. Adulting. We have responsibilities, all of us. Health, wealth, love, family, household, pets, children, career. If you need help figuring out what your top 3 priorities are, here's the deal. Every quarter, every client, including myself, including Kevin, including every team member, has P1, P2, P3. Priority 1, priority 2, priority 3. And the idea here is you still do other stuff. You're just not going to pour intentional time and effort into anything but those 3. The categories need to be wide enough to where they matter. Let me give an example. My client, shout out to Jenna, it's personal growth is her number 1, P1, and fitness falls underneath that. So make sure the category is wide enough to where it encapsulates a lot of what you want to achieve, but specific enough to where it's actually meaningful. And I know that that's an art and a science. So if anyone wants help, book a free call because I love to do this.
Reach out to your boy. Also, if you do not have your Dreamliner for Q1 of 2025, we'll have the link in the show notes. Mine is on its way. I am devastated because I got to the end and I didn't order the other one fast enough because I'm out here jeffing. But super excited. The version 3 will be coming some point, hopefully soon. I'm supposed to be working on that, but right now I am physically ill, so I am not working on it. All right, cool. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And at NLU, we don't have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Stay focused. Next Level Nation.